Welcome back to History of Simple Things. Today's topic comes from one of our viewers, Eckhart Krieger. Thanks for the suggestion. You asked who invented the vacuum cleaner and how did it change the way we clean. If you've ever enjoyed the oddly satisfying hum of a vacuum doing its thing, or felt that triumph of watching dirt disappear into the abyss, you've already experienced the genius of an invention that revolutionized household cleaning. But this humble machine didn't just show up one day in the broom closet. It started with horse-drawn monsters, janitor-built contraptions, and a lot of noisy trial and error. So how did we go from beating carpets with sticks to letting robot vacuums clean our floors while we nap? Stick around as we uncover the surprising history of the vacuum cleaner right here on History of Simple Things. Before any machine took over the task, cleaning was all manual labor. In the 1800s, people used brushes, rags, and brooms. Some even fashioned tools from straw and feathers. The wealthiest homes had specialized staff just to keep up appearances, because clean homes weren't just hygienic. They were a status symbol. The idea of deep cleaning meant unrolling carpets, hanging them over a rail, and beating them with paddles, while soot and ashes were swept from fireplaces and hallways by hand. It was labor-intensive, messy, and frankly never completely effective. But the Industrial Revolution had begun to work its way into every corner of life. Steam engines, sewing machines, telegraphs, every new gadget was a symbol of progress. And someone, somewhere inevitably asked, why not invent something that could suck the dirt right off the floor? Enter Hubert Cecil Booth, a British engineer with a very curious idea. The year was 1901. Booth had attended a demonstration in London of a machine that blew dust off seats rather than sucking it up. And he had a moment, a light bulb moment. He thought, what if instead of blowing air we did the opposite? What if we sucked the dirt in and captured it? Inspired by that simple inversion of logic, Booth got to work. His design wasn't exactly what we'd call compact. In fact, his first working vacuum was a massive gasoline-powered beast known as the Puffing Billy. It didn't even fit inside homes. Instead, it was pulled by horses and parked outside buildings. Long hoses snaked through windows to reach the rooms inside. It was noisy, expensive, and needed a team to operate. But it worked. And perhaps more importantly, it showed that the concept of suction-powered cleaning was not only possible, but powerful. Booth, despite the impractical size of his machines, is widely credited with inventing the first powered vacuum cleaner as we know it. Now, Booth's invention was groundbreaking, but it wasn't exactly user-friendly for your average homeowner. Enter an American named James Spangler. He was a janitor in Ohio, and like many of us, he was fed up with the dust making his asthma worse. So in 1907, Spangler decided to build his own solution. Using a motor from a ceiling fan, a soap box, and a pillowcase as a dust bag, he cobbled together a strange-looking but fully functional portable vacuum cleaner. It was a little clunky, a bit homemade, but it could be carried and used indoors. It was revolutionary in its simplicity, and it caught the eye of someone very important, his cousin Susan Hoover. Susan showed the contraption to her husband, William H. Hoover, and you probably recognize that name. Hoover bought the rights to Spangler's invention and immediately set out to refine and mass-produce it. He hired engineers, developed better suction technology, and in 1908 launched the first commercial Hoover vacuum cleaner. That marked the true beginning of the household vacuum industry. What started as a janitor's tinkering would soon become a household name across the world. The design got sleeker, the suction stronger, and the machines more affordable. The era of dust busting had officially begun. So what made the vacuum cleaner such a revolutionary invention? It wasn't just about making cleaning easier, it changed the relationship people had with their homes. Suddenly, cleanliness became something achievable, not just aspirational. Tasks that once took hours could now be done in minutes. It freed up time, reduced physical labor, and arguably played a role in changing household roles and expectations. Especially in the mid-20th century, when domestic appliances were marketed heavily toward women, vacuum cleaners became symbols of modernity and independence. You didn't need a team of maids, you needed a Hoover. And as suburbia grew, so did the demand for these magical machines. The vacuum cleaner also quietly helped with health. Less dust meant fewer allergens. It helped people breathe better. It reduced indoor pollution. While it's easy to overlook that today, for people with asthma or allergies, this was life-changing. Even businesses, hotels, trains, and offices adopted vacuum cleaning as a hygiene standard. What had once been a messy chore done with a broom became a smooth mechanical operation with the push of a button or the flip of a switch. Of course, the vacuum didn't stop evolving. From the upright models of the 1920s to the canister styles of the 50s, design kept pace with technology and aesthetics. The 1960s brought cordless innovations, and by the 1990s, the world was introduced to Bagless vacuums thanks to James Dyson's cyclone-based design. Suddenly, you could see the dirt being collected in clear containers, a strangely satisfying detail. Then came robot vacuums in the 2000s, like the Roomba, where cleaning became something you didn't even have to think about anymore. Set it, forget it, let it roam. These smart vacuums mapped out rooms, dodged obstacles, and even returned to their charging docks like obedient little pets. Modern vacuum cleaners now come with HEPA filters, UV sanitizing lights, smart sensors, app controls, and multi-surface adaptability. Some can mop while they vacuum. Others climb over thresholds or empty themselves. It's a far cry from Booth's horse-drawn contraption, and yet the core principle remains the same. Suction plus filtration equals cleanliness. The story of the vacuum cleaner is more than the tale of a household appliance. It's a reflection of how human beings continually search for better, faster, more efficient ways to manage everyday life. From Booth's industrial powerhouse to Spangler's wheezing invention in a janitor's closet, to today's sleek and silent robo-cleaners, the vacuum cleaner has been a quiet champion of progress. It's transformed how we clean, how much time we spend doing it, and even how we think about hygiene and comfort in the spaces we live in. So here's to the vacuum cleaner, the unsung hero of modern homes. It may not be glamorous, and it definitely doesn't get much love in kitchen appliance showrooms, but its impact is undeniable. It's made our lives cleaner, our air fresher, and our chores a little more bearable. From the mind of a curious British engineer to the hallways of our homes, it's come a long way. And while it might not get a standing ovation, it definitely deserves a clean round of applause. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.